Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Super Mario RPG. In the last episode, we finished up Bowser's Keep, not Castle, Keep. We pretty much finished that up, and we entered Exor, and we found ourselves in this dimension here, Smithy's dimension, the factory, if you will. Even though we're not really in a factory yet, anyway. And so, we were just going on our way through the factory, and we encountered this clock guy, and he is the first of many not-so-memorable bosses. Not even the first, because there's Boomer, who we fought in the last episode, and then there's also Exor, but he's sort of memorable, because, you know, he is a giant sword, like, it's pretty hard to forget about him, but then you've just got all these bosses, and seriously, this game does not have enough bosses towards the end. Like, seriously, you're gonna find out that there are way too many bosses for this last segment of the game. But in case you're wondering why I decided to speed this up, it's because, well, this battle took a lot longer than it needed to take. I think in the end it ended up taking like 8 minutes, which is just kind of unacceptable. Well, it's not unacceptable considering the Axum Rangers took like an episode and a half, and I had to speed that up. But this one, it could have been so much quicker, but I kept like dying or getting turned into a scarecrow or a mushroom and stuff like that, and it just really got in the way, and it just made things really long and redundant. So I wanted to try and, you know, avoid watching long and redundant battles, because you don't want to watch that. I mean, even if you like my even if like you masturbate over my commentary, like seriously, like you're not gonna want to watch this for like 8 minutes. Or you're certainly not gonna want to watch it for 15 minutes, especially if it's something like the QLX battle. I made an exception for that because, well, it's QLX. Like, people want to see that full battle because it's like a very hard battle. Like, people consider it a very hard battle, and they'll probably want to look up videos on YouTube of like how to beat him and stuff like that. So I can make an exception for that. Same thing with probably the final boss. I could see why people would want to see the full version of the final boss, but against a guy like this who's just easy but long and not very memorable or important, I can understand speeding up a battle like this. Like, that's pretty reasonable, I think. Oh, no, I don't think it was this battle, but I know that there was one battle in particular, because I'm doing post commentary, that I got really close to dying many times. I guess you could consider this getting close to dying, considering Peach is the only one left alive, and she doesn't have her lazy shell on. And it's kind of weird seeing Peach take like normal damage because I'm so used to having the lazy shell with her. But yeah, this is the first time I've actually like gone through the later parts of the game without keeping the lazy shell on Peach, because I've realized she does a lot of damage with her frying pan. Like, seriously, she's like an asset to our team. Now, maybe it was this battle where I almost died. Maybe that was why I decided to speed it up, because it was taking so long. Well, I know it was because I was taking so long, but because I was getting so close to dying and just barely surviving like so many times, and I had to revive everyone else, and they die again, and you know, that same old story. So that's probably why. But anyway, either way, this guy's dead. Take out the dingling things. Yes, they're called dinglings, those bells, and then take out the main face of the clock. Then you could proceed on into the main part of the factory, I guess, if you want to call it that. And if you notice, yes, they are. Oh, whoops! I think I fell off. I didn't even know you could fall off there, to be honest. But there's a flower and a mushroom, so not all bad. There are a lot of places where you can fall down, actually, in this place. But if you can like tell, the bosses that we've faced so far in this game are being mass-produced. So say goodbye to regular enemies. Oh no, you're not fighting normal enemies anymore. You're fighting bosses as your standard enemies. I'm not even joking. Like a battle with the Axum Rangers, that's considered a normal battle right now. Of course, besides the fact that these blue guys are all over the place and they're easy to beat, but yes, you've got these guys, which were, how did I not get stuck in a battle? I don't know. But, those raining arrows from, Bowyer, there's Mac. I think you've got like every Smithy boss in this in the game in in robot form, or well, they're robots to begin with. They're called machine maids, and there's like a machine made copy of every single boss that was, you know, like a Smithy boss, like something like the Smile Axe, which isn't a Smithy. Oh crap, that's stupid. You should just make one platform, go back and forth. I don't know. I have difficulty programming that, Miyamoto. Oh, Miyamoto, you're such a noob. All right. Even though because Miyamoto obviously like programs these games and everything. He doesn't just come up with the ideas or anything like that. Oh no, he programs them too. I've been through this multiple times. There's no like Sony or Microsoft or Nintendo. It's just all Miyamoto. It's all Miyamoto, just controlling these lifeless pawns and making them think that they're doing something when it's really just Miyamoto creating every single game. He just like makes some games bad just to make you think that there's like bad game developers out there. So it makes you think there's more than one game developer, but there's really not. There's just Miyamoto. It's just him. There's no one else. It's just Miyamoto. He is in charge of the video game industry. There's no Bill Gates. There's nobody. It's just Miyamoto. But enough about Miyamoto and his monopolizing the video game industry. And more about this. Yet again, a recovery shroom and a flower. And for this part, you actually have to fight one of the machine maids. You have to fight Yarudovic. And once you do, the block will explode and it'll allow you to get down here. And for yet another not so memorable boss. Or two bosses, actually, at the same time.
Behold, I've taken the bait. Hee hee hee. I guess I can spare a few minutes. Maybe they'd like to play.
Maybe we would. I'm not sure. Good point. Either way. So yeah, this kind of reminds me of the battle between what are the names? Great Guy and Knife Guy. I don't know where they came up with those names because Great Guy has nothing to do with like being great. He's not so great. But these guys are Cloaker and Domino, and there's nothing really too special about them. Did that really just say Emo Bubble? Or I think it did. I don't know. That's kind of stupid. But it does make Peach an emo, and I'm not sure what that does exactly. If it like prevents you from using magic attacks, or if I'm thinking of something else. I probably am. No, it doesn't. Never mind. It has some effect on your status. I'm sure I've said this, and I'm sure you've picked up on it yourself, but I don't usually let status ailments bother me. Like, I'm not one of those people who have like a supply of Able Juice or whatever that other thing is. I think it's like a refresher or something that recovers everyone in your party from any like status ailments. I don't use those. I don't keep those. I just think they're a waste of space. Cause oh no, that's an endo bubble. I thought I said emo bubble. Whoops. Sorry. That's a pretty big difference. Endo, as in like entering, and emo bubble, as in like, you know, emos. Pretty big difference. So yeah, anyway, once you defeat, what was his name? I think it was Cloaker that I defeated. I don't know. See, they're so forgettable that I don't even remember. But once, yeah, I defeated Cloaker. This guy's Domino. That's what? Why does everyone in this game say that? Like Punchinello and then this guy? Like seriously? Oh my god, why does everyone in this game quote the thing from the Fantastic Four? Even though the first time I heard it, I automatically thought of the Hulk, which I don't know why. I guess you can understand the connection I made between the Hulk and the Thing, but either way. Once you defeat, you can defeat either one of them. I just defeat usually Cloaker first, because he's like, when you go to attack, the arrow goes to him first. That's pretty much the only reason I do it. I don't strategically kill one of them first, but depending on who you kill, they'll summon like their own little monster thing to help them fight. And so Domino will summon this snake thing called the Mad Adder, I think. And what you want to do is attack the Mad Adder, not Domino, Domino, because once he dies, you'll still have to take care of the snake. Snake, it's a snake. Oh, okay. Yeah, you know. you gotta attack the snake, because if he dies, Domino also dies, which is fantastic, because you don't want to make this battle go on any longer than it has to. Gonna revive Gino here, so don't attack Domino, just attack Mad Adder, and once you kill him, Domino will automatically die. So that works out pretty nicely. It's cold in here. It is very cold in here. I should turn the heat on. Yes, I do have electric heating. I don't have air conditioning though. I don't know. That's kind of stupid, but I like the winter. I'm starting to gain a lot more appreciation for the winter than I previously had. I figured out the only reason I don't like winter is because that's when we're in the middle of school. And that's just, I just don't like school. I mean, I'm just gonna leave it at that. So, I like the summer, mainly, and the only reason I really like the summer is because it's, like, I like warmth, kind of, but I don't like it to be too hot, so I like spring probably better anyway. But the only reason I really like it is because you don't have school. You just got all this time to just chill out and relax. But I guess once I get out of school in like 2 years, I guess that's gonna change, and I'm not gonna have summer vacation anymore. So it's just gonna be like, oh, it's summer. It's really hot. Damn it, I hate summer, and I'm gonna start to appreciate winter. Because winter is a very nice season. It's nice and cool. It's a lot easier to get warm than it is to get cold. Because to get cold, like to get cool, there's only so much you can take off. Like Paper Mario Guy and I've discussed this many times. But you can't take your skin off. Like once you take all your clothes off and you're walking around naked, and you can't even walk around naked. But unless you're in like the privacy of your own room and you're just really hot to the point where you need to be naked. But there's a point where you just can't get any cooler without air conditioning or something like that. Whereas in the winter, you don't necessarily need electrical heating or anything like that, or a fireplace or anything like that, or a wood stove. All you need is like a blanket, or just a bunch of blankets, or a jacket, or something like that, and you'll be fine. As you could put on as many layers as you want. There's no limit to how many blankets you can put on. I mean, there technically is, because you'll run out of room, but you know what I mean. You could put on a lot more than you can take off. So that's why I like the winter, because I'm also actually able to warm my room up, whereas in the summer, I have to deal with the heat. I don't have any air conditioning, so I can appreciate the winter. Although, I mean, it goes back to the whole superpower thing. Like, if I could control temperature, then none of this would be an issue, and I just like every season, because I could just make it really cold in the summer and really hot in the winter, and I'd just be fine. I mean, it all goes back to the ability to control temperatures just being an awesome superpower. But anyway, enough of that. We're gonna fight a lot of bosses and shit like that. What do you suppose this switch does? I don't know what kind of voice that was, especially since it's not my usual, like, faggot voice for Mallow. Just a little comical scene here. But anyway, we're done with pretty much all of the outside bosses, like all the stuff outside of the factory. We're inside the factory. We're like in the heart of Smithy's base, and we're just gonna fight a bunch of really forgettable bosses next time and do all that stuff. And we're actually probably gonna meet Smithy. We're not gonna fight him, but we're definitely gonna meet Smithy in the next episode.